Since Diablo Immortal was announced, I have been dumbfounded at the fact that they were so adamant that this game would also not be and PC. I think we've seen a wide range of games that can be mobile, and I've got no issue with that, but I just couldn't fathom the idea that it wouldn't be mobile and then that and is important. That and means something, and what I've seen right now with this announcement that Diablo Immortal is also going to be on PC with crossplay, cross-save, I'm very thrilled because I think that just makes the most amount of sense, especially for a Diablo game. But what we'll do in this post is we're going to dive through the full announcement. I'll get you guys the details, but then also this is going to be a discussion about Diablo Immortal and whether you think this is a return to form for Blizzard, what your ultimate thoughts are about Immortal itself. I've gone hands-on with the game at BlizzCon and I wasn't impressed because the entire time I was like, gosh, I wish I could be playing this either with a controller or a mouse and keyboard. Anyway, what's going on, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and we're going to be diving into Diablo Immortal as a topic I've avoided because when you lock something away just on mobile devices, I'm not interested. I lose interest immediately. And that's just me. Maybe I'm weird. I do support mobile games. I think that there is a market there. I think if you don't have your brand on a phone, then ultimately from a gaming perspective, you are setting yourself back. Outside of especially like North America, there's many people who've only experienced games on phones. And that's just the nature of how technology evolves and rolls out on a global scale. So Diablo coming to the phone made sense. Diablo avoiding the PC was ludicrous, was ridiculous. I still can't understand it. And so this seems to reverse that. And then also on the heels of Dragonflight, are we seeing a return to form for Blizzard? That's the ultimate question this video is going to ask. You can sound off below whatever you think. All opinions are welcome here on this channel. All right, let's dive into the post. Let's actually talk about what they're talking about, and we can kind of go from here. You asked, we delivered. The team is proud to announce that Diablo Immortal will launch simultaneously on mobile and in open beta on PC. So June 2nd is the date that Immortal is finally being released on mobile. Complete with crossplay and cross progression, we have gone the extra mile to preserve major elements of the iconic Diablo control scheme so that you can slay monsters in the comfort of your own home chair. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's where this gets good. Let's say I did decide to install Diablo Immortal on my phone. I could play in a PC environment, and then if I want to play later, I can play on my phone. The next ask is coming for me. Where's my Switch version? But maybe this is going to be something we'll see supported. Well, I know Blizzard doesn't necessarily support the Steam Deck yet, but maybe we can get there. Again, we can keep asking these questions, right? All right, so a brief history. The decision to develop Diablo Immortal for PC was one the team went back and forth on for a large part of the development process. Whoever was against this, I want to know your opinion. Like, if you were against this coming to PC, I just need to know. I'm not going to judge you in a negative way. I literally need that opinion in my life because it just feels like somebody coming up to me and saying they don't like oranges. If you're allergic to oranges, that's fine. But if you just absolutely hate oranges, that's something I just can't understand. I need that opinion. I'm not here to judge you. I literally need opposing opinions. I think that helps me have a better, more well-rounded, I guess, content creator kind of perspective. Some kind of empathy for people I can't understand right now. Anyway, so on one hand, we felt that we wouldn't be doing the title justice by releasing a game originally designed for mobile on PC. Not true completely. On the other hand, we want to make sure the game reaches as many players as possible, especially our most dedicated PC fans. In the end, the deciding factor was that we knew many of you would attempt to play the game through an emulator, thus leading us towards building a better experience. So stay a while and listen as we delve into the details of the PC version of Diablo Immortal. So, a diabolic control scheme, familiar tools. To stay true to the Diablo experience, we meticulously translated the finger mapping and tapping and swiping controls for mobile to the age of old mouse and keyboard, much like previous Diablo titles. You'll be left-clicking to move your character to attack monsters while pressing keys to perform abilities and drink potions. So also it looks like they got controller options, which makes me excited. The quest to determine our default control scheme involved many rounds of feedback from playtesting sessions, and we tried several alternative setups that didn't quite hit the mark and ultimately opted to return to the classic layout with some minor adjustments. So new to the arsenal, while not a part of Diablo's history, we decided to include WASD directional controls as an additional movement tool. The reason behind this choice was that we felt that it was an intuitive way to move your character around instead of relentlessly left clicking for both movement and attacking. In addition, while moving and attacking simultaneously, such as certain charged abilities and native to the game and mobile, we wanted to be able to see this tool, to use this tool too. A simple mouse control scheme would not have allowed for these different iterations. In the end, we felt that it was also the correct control scheme to get the classic Diablo feeling, while also injecting some new options for you to experiment with. The controls should feel similar to natural to ARPG players, and if you don't prefer our scheme, well, we included the ability to rebind controls to your personal preference, pummel monsters in whichever way you see fit. For controller support, yeah, buddy. For all of the console gamers out there, we've included controller support for PC. Thank you. The behaviors and will mimic the mobile version. Detection will be seamless experience, and many controls will be remappable to your liking as well. As a controller player, this is actually massive and awesome for me. I love this aspect. I think this is going to be very critical for me and my long-term enjoyment of the game. You don't have to like it. You don't have to be pro controller, but I'm pro options for gamers, every which way of it. Immortalizing the user interface, scaling the HUD. Diablo Immortal was built for mobile first, meaning the UI elements tend to be larger while accommodating phone screen sizes. Scaling down the HUD was one of our first priorities. We want to be able to see the game while not also accidentally clicking on the UI. And so we have properly shrunk the portrait and minimap, the top level menu, and the buttons and the ability icons to a comfortable size, maximizing your viewpoint for action. Then you have menu interfaces. We wanted it to simultaneously ship mobile and PC to start building the crossplay MMO community together. This meant that keeping the interfaces intact across both platforms was extremely important, even if slightly larger for the desktop experience. While there may not be behaviors custom tailored for desktop, and some menu interactions may resemble their mobile counterparts, we made sure to include hotkeys for major functions, emulating the need to manually click each function. At Blizzard's desktop, games came with the experience of having a fully functional chat system integrated with all the Battle.net bells and whistles, so we've gone to great lengths to ensure that. This is another thought I have, especially as it relates to Battle.net. Having this in there, obviously Blizzard wants to have that MAU, monthly active user, touching anything about this. Bringing it to PC extends that aspect. It extends that mobile, that monthly active user is a part of that. Anyway, parting thoughts. Diablo Immortal on PC is an experiment from Blizzard. We didn't originally plan to put the game on desktop, but as soon as it became a possibility, we knew that we had to take time to make it happen. If you're a longtime Diablo player, the result will feel a little different from other PC Diablo games, but we're extremely excited about clicking Immortal Demons Dead with your mouse, and we hope that you will be too. We understand that many of you are seasoned PC veterans, and you want to aim or arm you with familiar tools as your journey back through Sanctuary. This is a thank you letter from Blizzard, and we hope to see you all in hell when PC enters open beta in June. I am so thrilled by this. I think this is great news. At the end of the day, obviously the PC experience is going to be different, but the simple fact that they didn't plan for it does feel out of touch. The fact that they have listened is a key critical aspect when it comes to games and game development. I like when developers listen and take in that feedback. It does sound like our PC experience will be a little bit different, and that's okay. I'm not going into this expecting Diablo 4, which, having gone hands-on with Diablo 4, I'm very excited about that game, but it also probably feels like it's still a little whiles away, and that's going to be okay. I think this is a great stopgap as well, a great offering, especially with that mobile aspect, to be bringing Diablo to phones so people can play it if that's where they want to play this game, but also to have that PC option. And I think essentially what they'll end up probably finding, depending on the quality of the game, if it is a quality game and people really enjoy it, I could easily see them continue to extend this to consoles as well. And that's all of a sudden where you start to see kind of the power of play anywhere, play where you want, play where your friends are. It doesn't matter. We just want you playing these games. And that ultimately, I think, will give them an edge, especially with the Diablo brand and what it is. Because having played it on the tablets, having played it on you know, like at BlizzCon, I was really impressed. And it was impressed to the point of anger, because I was like, if this isn't going to be on PC, I'm not going to bother with it. And the fact that it's coming to PC tells me, guess what, guys? We're going to be playing some Diablo Immortal here in June. So hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully we'll check it out together. Hopefully it's a great experience. But we'll obviously find out soon enough here in the next coming weeks. So guys, thanks so much for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'd like to really hear your thoughts about Diablo Immortal and this announcement. Sound off in the comments below if you will. If you feel like this video earns it and you haven't already, like, favorite, subscribe, and share, as that really helps the channel out and grow. I've been Brian Ginger Prime as your guide through my thoughts on Diablo Immortal coming to PC. Thank you guys again. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video, but until then, take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to Destiny. I'm off with a clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.